Oi, who would have thought running a show would be so crazy? This is our 10th year, if you guys can believe it. And man, I am exhausted. How about you guys? You been having fun? It has been a long weekend, a long 3 days. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. We've got so many pinball and arcade machines. I lost count. Somewhere 400 plus-ish. Hopefully you guys saw some stuff from your childhood for the older generation, and hopefully for you kids, you saw some new games that will inspire you to go through great endeavors and trying to get some high scores and maybe building a collection of your own one day. So we got a lot of stuff to go through. I'm going to go through it as quick as I can so we can get you back into the main stage and enjoying all the pinball and arcade goodness that we have. Let's start by talking about our tournaments. They are still going on as we speak. We've got so many of them. We've got the main tournament that was sponsored by Shorty's. We've got a match play, which had the B division had a $250 grand prize, $250 grand prize, and the match play A division had a $1,000 grand prize, and that is still going on as we speak. We've also got the Northwest Women's Tournament, which was sponsored by Nitro Pinball, and they actually donated an Alley pinball machine. So the winner of that tournament won an Alley pinball, which is pretty cool. We've got the Classic Pin Golf, which was a $500 award, and that was sponsored by 8-Bit in Renton. We had a Rookie and Amateur tournament, which was sponsored by the Triple Knock, just down the road here in Tacoma. That had a $100 grand prize. And then, of course, we've got our kids tournament, which has wrapped up, so we can do some announcements for that right now. So today we had a Shrek Kids tournament. We had a number of kids that entered that tournament, and I'd like to invite Andrea Rains up to the stage to tell us how that went. Andrea, why don't you come up? All right, Andrea, so why don't you tell us about the tournament for the kids?
All right, hi guys, I'm Andrea, and I was in charge of the kids tournament, as you know, which went on in the kids zone area, and we played Shrek, and we had a lot of participants. So if you participated and you're a kid, please stand. All right, let's give them a round of applause. Okay, so there are 3 people that I would like to acknowledge that did really, really well. And our first person is, can JJ Rich come to the stage, please? JJ! Okay, so JJ Rich had 23,250,000 points on the pinball. Let's give him a round of applause. All right, so stay on the stage, okay? Yep. Okay, so our second winner is Katerina Satares. Can she come to the stage, please?
Katerina here?
Katerina Satares?
Nope.
Okay. Well, she had 25,452,840 points, so let's give her a round of applause. And in first place, we have, can Jack Solokchek come to the stage, please? Woo! And Jack had 42,720,450 points on the pinball. Let's give him a big round of applause. Woo! All right. So, yeah.
Let's give these guys some prizes. What do you say? All right, so where are my prizes? There they are. So every one of you guys gets this cool robotic solar-powered kit so you guys can learn how to build your own robots that are powered by the sun itself. Congratulations, JJ. Let's hear it for JJ. Thank you, JJ. And then, of course, we got Katrina, too, which will get her prize. Jack, you get one as well. But Jack, as I think you well know, because I recognize you from prior years, you travel the world competing in pinball tournaments, right? I've seen you. I've seen you in California, I believe. I remember seeing you. Obviously, you've been here. I think you might have been one of our first winners. So Jack, tell us, how did you get to be so good at pinball?
It was mostly a series of a show that we first went to, and then that multiplied with certain games, and then I started playing those, and then mostly I got good at by practicing at home on those, and just kind of taught myself some tricks of the trade.
Very cool. Now, do you have some tricks for all these folks out here that aren't as well seasoned as you as to how to play and win at pinball? You don't have to give us any of your secrets. Maybe just some high-level tricks if you want.
Okay, well, one trick that I use a lot is capturing the ball just to give myself a break and to be able to shoot shots a lot. So that's one of my main tricks, is capturing the ball with the flipper.
Nice. All right, so as you know, normally I get in trouble with parents when I present my trophies because they're a little unwieldy. But you, as a prior winner, your parents have no excuse. They knew what they were getting into right when they stepped in foot, right? So, without further ado, I would like to present you with our Kids Zone first place trophy for 2017. Congratulations. Let's hear it for Jack. Let's get a picture with you right here. You, your trophy. Andrea, come on out here. All right, this is it. For posterity's purposes. I can only imagine how many trophies that kid has and how much space must be in his house or in his room to store all those trophies. Congratulations once again to all of our players. All right. Next up. Well, we've got to talk about the show a bit. We've got to talk about all the volunteers that have helped out to make this show possible. Like I said, we've been doing this for 10 years, and I'm starting to feel it right now, those 10 years. It's been a long time. It's been a blast. We've gone through so many changes. Here we are in Tacoma. We've got 400 plus games going on. We've got over 125 volunteers that are helping make this possible. The show's a nonprofit, 501c4, which means all the folks that you see working, they're working out of the kindness of their hearts. No one's receiving any payment for this other than just the joy that they see and all the people that are attending the show and having fun playing games. So I'd just like to take a moment to recognize our volunteers. Let's give them a big, warm round of applause. Thank them so much. If you see anyone wearing a staff shirt or a medic shirt or a transportation shirt, just let them know we really appreciate everything that they've done to make this possible. We've got a couple incentives that we have for volunteers, and one of them we're going to go through and draw for right now. It's just a couple of prizes that we've randomly drawn. I've got the master list of volunteers with me now, so I'm not sure if they're going to be here. They're probably working, but we'll see what we have. So we've got some posters for our 10th year show out here, the big 24 by 36 posters that a couple of our volunteers will be winning. Like I said, we'll make that announcement out in the main hall. Next, we've got surveys. So we've gone through a survey request. We've got all these surveys that are up here that have been filled out, and I'm going to do a drawing for those guys. Again, we've got your name and email, so if you're not here, we will just contact you and get you your prize. Stern Pinball has been kind enough to donate some translights for us, so that's what the survey winners will receive. So, do I have a kid 12 or under that would like to help me draw for a survey? Whoa. All right, sir, you are excited. I like that. Come on up. All right, what is your name?
Colin.
All right, Colin. So what I'm going to do is we got all these surveys. I'm going to shuffle them up, and then I'm going to have you select 3 of them, all right? All right. All right, so I'll announce the names here, and if we do have any winners in the audience, I'll just have you stand and be recognized, but then we'll get you your prizes once we get back into the main hall. So I have got Julie Gray from Seattle. Is Julie? Hey, there's Julie. So Julie, swing by and see me at the prize desk. We got a prize for you. I've got Craig Parsons from Linwood. Is Craig here? Do we have a Craig? All right, we'll find him. We've got his contact info. And then I've got Michelle Hordowitz from Olympia. There she is. All right, Michelle, see me after, and we'll get you your prize. All right, thank you everyone for that feedback. It's going to be very helpful as we start planning for next year's show, which I'm sure is going to be here before we know it. All right, so next up, we've got some of the organizations that we've been working with. As we're a nonprofit, we'd like to recognize at this time. So to help me do this, I'd like to call up our board members that we have around that aren't working their butts off in the hall. If there are any board members that are present, could you please come up to the stage now? All right, so these are just a few of the members of our board. We've got Chris Walsh here, who is our board treasurer. We've got Dave Okert, who is a director of logistics. We've got Toby Udman, who is the director of our assets. We've got Mike Lorraine, who is director of our audiovisual. And we've got Lou Perizzoli, who helps get this entire place all coordinated and all the games placed where they need to be placed. So this is just some of our board. Let's see, who are we missing? We're missing James Eads. Myself, board president, Jerry Thompson, he does our guest relations. Let's see, Dan Halligan, who does our PR. Did I miss anyone? Is that 9? Did I get everyone? I think I got everyone. I got Jerry, yep. All right, so let's talk a little bit about some of the things that we do with the proceeds from the show. For the longest time, the show, it costs a lot of money to run this show, so it took some time for us to even generate some profit. But being a nonprofit, we had to figure out, once we did get in the black, what we're going to do with that money. So one of the things that we've done is we partnered up with organizations such as Make-A-Wish. Make-A-Wish, as you guys probably have heard, helps kids who are dealing with life-threatening illnesses. And so what we have done is we have worked with them to see if there are any kids that are part of the Make-A-Wish program that would be interested in having a wish related to pinball or arcade games. We've also donated family passes for some of the Make-A-Wish kids that are local. And then, as you guys know, we also did a silent auction raffle for the Ghostbusters playfield, for which all proceeds benefit Make-A-Wish. I believe our final auction total for that was $300. So thank you very much for our silent auction winner for that. We appreciate that, and we'll be donating those funds to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Another organization that we support is the Pinball Outreach Project. And so I believe we have Colin Urban here with us. So Colin, could you come up for a second and just tell us a little bit about the Pinball Outreach Project? Hey, Colin.
Hey.
So what can you tell us about the Pinball Outreach Project?
Well, the Pinball Outreach Project is a great organization where its mission is to improve the lives of children by teaching them the history and excitement of pinball, which is super, super cool. And they do that by donating games to hospitals and youth organizations, as well as hosting many events at the headquarters in Portland, where all the kids have a lot of fun. It's great. And also every summer, I help coach and run a summer camp, along with Nicole, who is the head organizer of Pinball Outreach Project. And it's a lot of fun. We teach the kids how to play well, and just teach them about all the history of it. And it's a lot of fun. and it's just a great cause.
That's awesome. So now how did you get involved yourself with the Pinball Outreach Project?
Well, we live in Portland, so it's sort of a local place to go. There's tournaments there a bunch, so we kind of started going there first. Then we learned more about it, and what its cause was and how it worked, and we've tried to support it as much as we can and help them out with different TV stuff or new stuff, whatever they really need to make them bigger, and just that's kind of how I learned about it.
Great, that's very cool. So what we'd like to do is we'd like to present the Pinball Outreach Project with a $500 check to help with their program, and I understand you will be helping us take that to them. So without further ado, let me grab that check for you. All right, the next organization we'd like to recognize this year is a special organization called the Beads of Courage. And I'd like to invite Maud Miller up to help us understand a little bit more about that organization. Yes.
Hey everybody, I'm Doc, as everybody well knows, and this is Maud, and her story about Beads of Courage is very special. Her daughter Alyssa is forever 7, and she's going to tell you a little bit about this story. It's very heart-wrenching, and
You're not helping.
yeah, sorry. Let's give it a go. Puppy.
Oh, God.
Give it a shot.
Okay, the Beads of Courage program is actually a program that was started by a woman that lives in Arizona. She started the program. It actually is it's an incentive program for kids that actually are going through cancer treatment. The program actually gives a bead to each child for every treatment procedure that they actually go through. Alyssa, my daughter, she was 7 when she passed away, but at the end of her treatment, she had actually gone into remission twice, and her strand with all of her beads was actually 37 feet long. There are many children that are going through this, and there's actually 3 hospitals here in the Seattle area that actually do this program. So the money that is donated will actually go to them, and it'll actually benefit these children. So instead of them having stickers on their walls or stuffed animals sitting in their room, they'll actually have a strand of beads that actually tells their story.
All right, so we knew this was going to be a tough one. We practiced this one, but as you can see, this one is clearly near and dear to our hearts. It is an amazing program. We've seen these kids, we've seen their strands of beads, and it really tells the story of everything that they have been through. And so we would like to take this time and opportunity to present a donation to the Beads of Courage. And our goal here is we're going to look to see if we can create a pinball or arcade type of bead and purchase them for the program. So when the kids are going through their treatment plans, this is going to be one of the bead options that they could choose as they're making out their beads. So, Maud, I just really like to recognize, the program and really appreciate you sharing your story. I know it's tough. I know you love this program. You've been part of it for so long, and we are just so happy to support you and to support this program and hope that this will help. So let's come on down and get you a big check for them. All right, so I'm going to check $500 check. Next up, we have our scholarship program. Now, we've been doing our scholarship program now for a number of years. Very proud of the students that have come through this program. And as it is our 10th year, and we've made this our reunion year, we've invited a lot of our guests back, as well as our scholarship recipients from prior years. And so I did get some responses from some of our scholarship winners in the past, and there's a couple that could not make it. Hold on, I got locked out here. They have sent us an update as how they are doing in school. And I just wanted to share that with you guys. So first off, if you remember Yared from last year, Yared was our scholarship winner from last year, and he says, "Hello, Byron, I can't believe it's been a year now. I hope everything is going well with you and the show. I am doing good in school and will also be a senior next year. Thank you so much for your aid. It has helped me a lot. Unfortunately, I'm not able to attend the celebration due to another program I have to serve on that same day. I really appreciate the invitation, and congratulations on your 10th year celebration and reunion. You and the organization are doing a great job helping individuals like myself by empowering kids to do great." So thank you, Yard, for that update. We also have an update from Brian Beard, who was one of our very first scholarship recipients. He says, "Hi, Byron. Good to hear from you. First off, I would really love to come to the ceremony. Unfortunately, and not so unfortunately, I have my department graduation this Sunday to attend. I may try to make it later on, but we'll be in Seattle at 12:45, so I don't think I'll be able to make it. But here is a quick update. I'll be finishing my degree from the University of Washington in August. My degree is in mechanical engineering with a focus on mechatronics and robotics, which gave me a new appreciation of pinball machines." Awesome. I interned at Amazon this past summer and will be returning as a full-time employee in the beginning of September. The Northwest Pinball and Arcade Show Scholarship has helped me a lot financially, and I am glad to say that I will not be graduating with an incredible amount of debt. Hopefully, I will be able to move into a somewhat permanent residence and buy one of my own pinball machines in the next few years. Thank you so much for reaching out, and I hope you guys have a great 10-year show this weekend. That from Brian. We also have a very special guest. We have Michaela here. Michaela Bure, can I have you come up? Michaela is another one of our prior year scholarship winners. Unfortunately, she was able to make it, so I will have her give us her update. Hey, Michaela, it's good to see you. How you been? Good. Awesome. So, tell me a story. How has it been for you going into college?
Okay. Hi, everyone. So I'm Michaela. I am entering my senior year at the University of Washington in Seattle, and I am studying industrial and systems engineering, and I just got admitted over this past summer, so I just finished my first year in it, and it's going really well. It's been hard, but I've had the opportunity to become an advisor for the Women in Science and Engineering organization, and I'm also a club member of the Society of Women Engineers in Industrial and Systems Engineering. So I'm really just exploring all the opportunities out there. And this summer I'll be interning at the Seattle Department of Transportation in their asset management and data analysis group. Yeah.
Awesome. Very cool. Let's hear it from Michaela. That sounds pretty incredible to me. So Michaela, as you know, we've got this year's scholarship winner to announce. So we're very curious to hear from you what advice you would share with someone going into college for the first time themselves. What are some of the experiences or lessons that you've learned, things that you'd want to pass on as advice for this year's college scholarship recipient?
Okay, so first, yes, it's going to be really hard. there's going to be tests that you take where the average is 40%, but you have to know that it's totally doable and that you have to believe in yourself and you can do it. I guess my first piece of advice is on that first day, introduce yourself to the person next to you. This can be the beginning of a study group. You might not want your study group to be with your closest friends, but with people that are just as determined and motivated as you are. And I guess my next piece of advice is to start everything early, whether it's applying for internships or your homework or studying for a test. Go to those career fairs. Yes, you might be the only freshman that's there, but it'll give you the opportunity to explore what exists in industry and to really discover what you like. And then I guess my final piece of advice is find something that makes you happy. Join a club, explore what's out there. Find a hobby. Make sure you take breaks from all your tedious coursework. And like joining clubs, joining activities will help you meet new people. And yeah, just get out there, explore.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that, Michaela. So we are so excited, so proud of you. I can't believe that it's been, you've gone through your on your final year now coming up. That must be pretty exciting. So what I'd like to do is if you could help us present the scholarship for this year's recipient, if I can invite you to stand with our board while we bring up our college scholarship applicant. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Michaela. Let's hear it from Michaela. All right, so we had a large number of applicants for this year's $5,000 scholarship. And so it was a lot of deliberation, a lot of qualified candidates that have come through. But there was definitely one that stood well above the rest. And we would like to recognize that individual here. Her name is Rauda Jamal, and she is from Holy Park in Seattle. Now, this amazing individual has been volunteering with different organizations such as Harborview Medical Center. She's been volunteering with Team Read Tutor as a reading tutor. She's volunteered with Van Assault Elementary School as an assistant during the summer. She's volunteered with the youth tutoring program as a math tutor, and that's just the volunteering that she has done. She's also part of her leadership club. She's part of Key Club. She's part of the National Honor Society and Junior Honor Society. She has been doing so much, very proactive, very motivated individual. And I just wanted to share some of the information that we received from her. We've got, sorry, that's not the right one. Where is it? So this is one of the letters of recommendations that we received. It says, this is from Granville Story from Cleveland STEM High School. And it says, during my 5 years at Cleveland, I have taught over 450 11th and 12th grade students, covering various topics in immunology, microbiology, molecular biology, and physiology, using applied laboratory research and medical diagnostic scenarios. In addition, as a PhD student and postdoctoral fellow at the University of Washington, I have had the opportunity to work with many undergraduate and graduate university students. Rauda is in many ways more advanced in her high school peers and is already on par with many of the exceptional undergraduates that I have worked with. She is consistent in her coursework and generally produces a high-level product. She has demonstrated enthusiasm and dedication to getting into college, and since I have known her, she has sought out volunteer activities and internships in a variety of fields in preparation for choosing a college major. I feel it takes an exceptional amount of foresight and maturity to be searching for the right career fit in high school. What impresses me most about Rauda is she seems to be extremely well-rounded, having interests in business, social work, computers, biology, and public health. This can be seen in her extensive list of extracurricular and volunteer activities. In terms of academic ability and lab skills, I believe she certainly has the capability to be successful academically at the college level. She has good attention to detail and follows direction very well, which has allowed her to be very successful with the labs that we've attempted in class. I've got one other piece here that I wanted to share with you before I invite her to come up. If I can quickly find it here. Where did that go? Here it is. So this is from Rauda herself. She says she was exposed to technology as a young child, and while they couldn't afford cable or internet, they grew up playing the classic Sega Genesis console. And after completing her homework, she played Sonic the Hedgehog, which is a 1991 video game, by the way, since it was the only video game they had in the house. Although she was born in 1999, she enjoyed classic video games and preferred them to this day. At the age of 5 years old, she wondered how these games were designed, who came up with the ideas, and how she could create her own one day. In her opinion, today's video games are not made the way that they used to be made, and although she enjoys playing the newer arcade games, she wants to create and design her own video games that draw back from the early 90s. One of the reasons I enjoy going to Full Tilt, an ice cream shop, which I think many of us know very well, is because it is one of the few places I know that still have pinball games from the early 2000s. There's a number of other things here, but I will invite her to come up and share some of those stories with us. So could I please have Rauda Jamal up to the stage, please? Let's hear it for her. Hey, come on, have a seat. Hi there. So, can you tell us a little bit about what you are planning to do in college and what gets you excited about that?
Okay, so this coming fall, I'll be attending the University of Washington, Seattle, and I was also recently accepted into the University of Washington's STARS program, which is a program that is for first-generation students that allows them to get into any engineering degree that they want, because admissions into engineering at the University of Washington is extremely competitive. And so thankfully I got in, and I'll be able to be in the computer science major, which is my first choice. I'm really excited about that. And I think one of the reasons why I chose computer science is because last summer I was able to intern at Amazon with Girls Who Code, which is a nonprofit organization that teaches young high school students how to code. And in those 7 weeks, I really enjoyed the robotics week, because every week we learned about something different and related to computer science. And I think that just building stuff, I've always really liked that, and I really liked playing video games, and so I feel like computer science would be like the best fit for me. And I was also able to build a final project with Girls Who Code, and that project, I used an Arduino robot and I programmed it, and so I connected it with a Pixie camera, and this robot, it's able to detect different colors, and whenever I put a certain color in front of it, it would either move forward or backward, right or left, and it could play different musical notes. And I really loved the feeling that I had after completing that, and so that's why I really want to pursue a career in computer science as a robotics engineer.
That is very cool. What do you think about that, guys? So one of the things that impressed us so much is you are going to school, you are going into very hard classes, you've got a very tough course schedule, right? But yet you also are finding the time to volunteer after hours during the summer, and on top of that all, you're working to make ends meet as well. I don't even know where you find the time. I don't think there's that many hours in the day. But can you tell us a little bit about all the volunteering that you do?
Yeah, so I started volunteering when I was in middle school. I've always loved giving back to my community. And so, like, what I would do is I would create, like, a schedule. I'm really organized. In my planner, I would write different times that I would be able to volunteer at different organizations. And I usually chose the ones that I really liked, like Team Read, because I personally used to be in Team Read, and so I know how important it is to have volunteers to help, especially in like reading and math. And so getting that help was really important and special to me. And so I wanted to give back to other students who didn't have access to a lot of help outside of school. Another one that I really love doing is with National Honor Society. We do a lot of volunteering. And so this year we got to do like a food drive and a toy drive for Christmas, and it was really great. I really enjoyed helping others and seeing their faces after helping them. It was really great. I knew it meant a lot to all the people that received the gifts, and yeah.
Very cool. Rauda, we are very pleased to award you with our scholarship. But first, I'd like to give you some goodies. We've got a prize package here that has all kinds of pinball and arcade, Northwest Pinball and Arcade Show swag. We've got a shirt in there we can change out for your right size. I just grabbed some stuff in there. We've also got a book. I understand that your weapon of choice when it comes to programming is Python. Is that correct? So we've got you a book on Python programming. I forgot to grab that, but I'll get that to you as well. And then if you could come on down and we will present you with our $5,000 scholarship. All right. All right, congratulations. Let's hear it for Rhoda. Yeah, absolutely. We'll get you guys a check. Don't forget your check. It takes a special kind of bag of cash out. We'll help you find it. All right. Let's do some drawings. We have got some prizes to give away. We've got an arcade machine to give away. And as I'm sure you guys know, this requires you to be present, which means someone here is going to be going home with an arcade machine because it can't stay here. Though it could stay in my garage, so see me if you need some help with that. But what I'd like to do is I'd like to welcome up a kid who's 12 and under who can help me find our winner. Is there any kid 12 and under? All right, you in the purple? Come on up. What is your name?
Antonio?
Antonio, do you play pinball?
Yep.
Do you play arcades?
Yep.
Have you played in the tournaments yet?
Not yet.
But you're working for it? You get practicing?
I sure am.
Have you ever pulled a ticket before?
Once.
All right, well, here makes number 2. What we're going to do is we are going to find our ticket winner somewhere in this bundle here. The way this is going to work is we're going to pull out a number, we're going to read that number out to the audience, and we're going to give them 60 seconds to go through all their tickets and see if you have their matching ticket. After that 60 seconds, if we don't have a winner present, then we're going to draw again until we find someone in this audience who has the matching ticket number. Sound good?
Okay.
All right, are you guys ready? Sounds like we got them ready winners. They're counting on you. Dig deep, okay? Find that winning ticket number. All right, are you ready?
5655367.
One more time.
5655367. All
right, folks, you have 60 seconds to go through your bundle and find 5655367. 60 seconds. Tick tock. Tick tock. I don't see anyone jumping up and down. I don't hear any screaming or yelling, cheering. Running out of time. So many tickets to go through. So little time to do it. Looks like you might have your work cut out for you. We might have to be doing another draw. One last time. 5655367. Do we have a winner? It's not him. One down. Antonio, I think it's time to do it again. All right, shake them up. Mix them up real good. Use your psychic ability to find that winning ticket. All right, here we go, round 2.
5655504.
One more time.
5655504.
Whoa! Looks like we may have a winner. Do some validation. Put your validation hat on. Let's see if we've got a match. Oh, I'm so nervous. Is this it? Could this be it? Here we go. I see a 5 at least. Maybe a 6.
She got it.
She got it? Wow, we got a winner! Well, thank you, Antonio. And what is your name?
Tess.
Tess, and where are you from?
Woodinville. Last year.
I know, I recognize you. Someone's rigging the system. We've got a 2-time winner now. Congratulations, Tess from Woodinville. Thank you, Antonio. We will get your information right after the closing ceremonies. All right. One winner down. One more to go. Now for this one, this is for our Batman 66 pinball machine from Stern. We just unboxed it for this show. It's been out by the prize desk. You guys have been playing it and loving it. And now it's time for it to go home with its new owner. So I need another kid, 12 and under, who would like to help me find out who the winner is. I got one already approaching the stage. Very excited. Totally prepped and ready to go. Come on up. And what is your name?
My name is Brett.
Brett? There he is. Have you ever drawn a winning pinball ticket before?
Like 10 years ago.
10 years ago. Well, then you are overdue. It is time for you to draw the next one. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, so here it goes. We've only got one winner for this one because you do not need to be present to win. So Brett is going to determine who that is. Hopefully they're in here. If not, we're going to make ourselves a phone call. All right, are you ready, Brett?
Yep.
All right, here we go. Shuffle them up real good. Dig deep, dig wide. Shuffle, mix, flip, twist, turn. Make sure you pull out one single ticket. The right one, the winning one, the one that everyone wants you to pull. Oh boy, I'm a little nervous. Who's it gonna be? His name is Richard Godwin. Richard Godwin, you are our winner. And I see him. I see him. Congratulations, Richard. You are the winner of a Batman 66 pinball machine. All right, thank you, Brett. And I'm sure Richard thanks you as well. He's running towards his new machine, I think. You could probably catch him there. All right, thanks everyone. That is our closing ceremonies. The show closes at 3, so we still got some time. Enjoy all the pinball and arcade goodness that you can. We still have surveys out there if you want to fill those out if you haven't already, and let us know what we should be looking at for next year. Thanks everyone.